okay? We got black girl magic happening. So tell us, where did the idea come from?
Actually, when I opened the gallery in 2019, it was just about exhibits. And then I realized that this was an extension of people being able to meet the artists in a more intimate space. And they're not confined or feel obligated to buy a piece off of the wall and exhibit. So with this was a way for them to connect with the artists and then be able to create artwork one of a kind and still take artwork home.
Yeah.
And also to give a vibe, because we talk about so much like there's nothing to do downtown in Wilmington.
Yeah.
So creatively, we know that it's like a desert when it comes to creativity. But I wanted to at least give something that gives you that vibe. We dance here, we party, we have drinks, shots, and it's a lot going on in here. So it's something that people have been asking me to bring back since. I haven't had one since 2019 because of COVID.
Okay.
Didn't have anything 2020 or 2021, and then last year we brought it back.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
So Erica's the first one who was the first artist?
The first artist, her name is Roll Up and Paint. She's from Jersey.
Okay.
She was the first one in 2019, and then James Wyatt in 2019. And then when I picked it back up last year, it's been Elizabeth.
So it just clicked. You are using the artists that you've worked with to teach the general population who are not artists.
or
No. Keep going.
Yes.
Aspiring.
Oh, right. Like, number one, that's brilliant. Because where do you see that? Like, even, and not to belittle, Sip and Paint or the other franchises or whatever, but usually it's just somebody who is hired who knows the template and the palette, and they teach you, and that's it. But these are actually artists that you've worked with, that you've helped sell paintings for, that you've done galleries with.
Yes.
So is that, like, what was the story behind thinking about that?
It honestly was just knowing that everybody that comes in here, they want to come to our gallery, and some people feel uncomfortable with it.
Why?
Because they've never been to one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I met people who live in New York that came to this gallery and said they've never been to a gallery before, and they lived in New York all their lives until they came into the Soul Firm. So I think so one of my jobs is to make people feel comfortable coming to an exhibit, to a gallery. The other thing is, I didn't want people to feel like this was uppity, like you cannot come here and feel comfortable. And so this is a way for them for all of us to engage in a community setting, very limited because the space is intimate. So we're not getting a bunch of people in here. Like, I've seen ones, it's like 1,000, 100 people add on. And so when you're in a space like that, it's really hard for an artist to connect with you.
Right.
You may never see the artist all night long. Yeah. But in this setting, you will be able to speak to the artist. It also helps the artist be able to speak to the public. I've noticed that a lot of artists, they're not comfortable with talking. So when you do something like this, add a little wine to it, we get a little comfortable.
So the main thing that I'm thinking to that point, and that I never thought about regarding this kind of thing, is you normally think about, especially I think, sort of the visual arts and painters, you think that it's like a very solitary thing that happens, in a confined space in silence.
Right.
But this is a social setting,
Yes.
and this changes that sort of stereotype, you know what I mean, about what it is to create, which is, I think, is really, really cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so,
Hey everybody, we are here with Elizabeth,
Lady of the night.
the lady of the night, and she is here teaching the folk how to paint. So tell us what this is, a picture. Is it a painting yet? Can I call it a painting, or do I call it a photo?
You can call it a painting. I mean, it's got paint on it.
Okay.
Yo, she played you from the rip. That was hysterical.
Not meant to be shade.
Well, it was, and it was wonderful.
No.
That was fantastic.
Well, thank you for watching, Nadj. So, who is this,
It's Queen Latifah.
and what was the inspiration behind it?
Women's History Month.
Yes. Yeah, duh.
See?
Not duh like that, but yeah.
All right, now the two
No,
of you.
I don't mean like that, but that,
The
yeah.
two of,
I'm sorry. That was not meant to be shady at all.
It's okay. I love you. It's all
I
right.
love you. Oh my
So,
God.
have you done something like this before?
As far as what?
In terms of this kind of a setting, like create with a group of people and kind of teach them?
Yeah, this is what, the fourth one we've done?
Okay.
This is the fourth one so far.
Okay.
It's been interesting.
Uh-huh.
It's forcing me out of my comfort zone because I'm usually away in my basement. Like,
Right.
don't talk to me, don't bother me. So
Right.
What have you learned about yourself?
I can do this.
Outside of the fact that normally you're creating in solitude, what is different about this and how has it been good for you?
It forces me out of my shell and allows me to interact with people on a human level. It just builds community. When you bring people out that want to do something that haven't, like she said before, people was like, oh, there's nothing to do in downtown Wilmington, and we're creating things to do and meeting people, because she also allows space for people to network and promote their businesses.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of inner workings going on. Like it's a great time.
I love it.